Take a deep breath. For a moment, I want you to let go of the weight on your shoulders, the worry in your mind, and the exhaustion in your bones. I have a message for you that is going to change the vibration of your entire day, and perhaps your entire year. You made the Creator happy today? Yes, you. In the midst of a world that is spinning in chaos, in a generation that has largely turned its back on the ancient truths, your heart sent a signal to the heavens that caused a literal celebration in the spiritual realm. You might be sitting in your car in a parking lot in Ohio, or in a quiet kitchen in Seattle, or walking down a busy street in New York, feeling like just another face in the crowd. But the eyes of the architect are fixed on you with a smile that could light up 1,000 galaxies. Why? Because of that one thing you've been doing. You thought nobody noticed. You thought it was a small, insignificant gesture. But to the heavens, it was a thunderclap of light. In the United States, we are taught that success is about the big numbers, the followers, the bank balance, the visible trophies. But the Creator doesn't look at your metrics. He looks at your motives. And today, your motives reached a level of purity that triggered a divine response. Let me tell you about a man named Caleb from Nashville. Caleb was a chosen one who had been going through a season of intense trial. He lost his job, his confidence was shaken, and he felt like he was failing everyone he loved. But every morning, despite the heaviness, Caleb did one thing. He sat on his porch for 5 minutes and simply said, "Thank you for the air in my lungs. I trust the plan even when I can't see the path." He thought he was just trying to survive. But that one act of persistent gratitude in the middle of a storm was the very thing that made God happy. It wasn't a joke, and it wasn't a cliché. It was a strategic move that proved Caleb was ready for the next level of authority. You have been doing something similar. Maybe it's the way you chose to forgive that person who didn't even ask for an apology. Maybe it's the way you've been protecting your peace by staying silent when you had every right to scream. Maybe it's the way you've been secretly helping someone else when you were the one who needed help. The someone who called you is leaning in closer today because you have finally mastered the language of the kingdom. And because you made him happy, the protocols of favor have been activated on your behalf. But here is the important part. You must keep doing this one thing. The enemy is going to try to convince you that it's not working. He's going to tell you that you're being too nice, too soft, or too idealistic. He wants you to go back to the hustle and hate frequency of the world. But the Creator is thundering a different message. Don't stop now. You are inches away from a breakthrough that will leave you breathless. This message is important because it marks the end of your testing phase and the beginning of your triumph phase. When the king is happy with a chosen one, he doesn't just send a thank you note. He sends a landslide of grace. He begins to move the pieces on the chessboard of your life to ensure that every no you received last year becomes a yes this month. Do you feel that warmth in your chest right now? That is the divine confirmation. It is the Creator saying, "I see you, I love you, and I am about to reward your faithfulness in a way that the world cannot ignore." In the next few minutes, I am going to reveal the 3 secret benefits of making God happy. I'm going to show you why this one thing is your greatest weapon against the darkness. And I'm going to give you the master plan to maintain this high-frequency connection forever. The battle hasn't stopped, but the outcome has shifted in your favor. The smile of the architect is your greatest protection. Are you ready to find out what happens when the Creator of the universe decides to show off through your life? Because the revelation you're about to hear is the hidden prize you've been waiting for. Stay with me. The best part of your journey has just begun. What is it about your behavior that has shifted the atmosphere of the heavens? In the high-stakes environment of American corporate leadership, we often talk about the X factor, that intangible quality that makes a leader stand out from the crowd. In the kingdom, Your X factor is sacrificial consistency, the one thing. You've been doing the thing that made God happy today is that you chose to remain authentic in an artificial world. You chose to keep your heart soft when the world told you to harden it. You chose to speak truth when it was more profitable to lie. You chose to trust the invisible architect while everyone else was bowing to the visible idols of money, status, and fear. The Creator is not moved by your religious rituals. He is moved by your relationship. He is moved by the fact that you still talk to him when you're alone in your car, stuck in traffic on the I-95. He is moved by the way you looked at a stranger with compassion instead of judgment. This one thing is your spiritual signature, and today it reached the throne room with the fragrance of a victory. Let's look at the life of a woman named Maya from Chicago, Illinois. Maya was a chosen one who worked in a high-pressure law firm. The environment was toxic. Everyone was backstabbing each other to get to the top. Maya felt the pressure to play the game, to join in on the gossip, to compromise her integrity just to survive. But she did one thing differently. Every time someone attacked her or tried to sabotage her work, she responded with a quiet excellence and a refusal to retaliate. She wasn't being a doormat, she was being a daughter of the king. She told me, "It was exhausting. I felt like I was losing. I felt invisible." But she didn't realize that in the spiritual realm, she was the brightest light in the city. One afternoon, her boss, a man known for his coldness, called her into his office. He didn't fire her. He didn't give her more work. He sat there for a moment and said, "I don't know what you have, but I want it. You are the only person in this building who doesn't seem to be afraid." Maya made the Creator happy because she became a living evidence of his peace. By simply being who she was called to be, she opened a door for a miracle that no amount of hustle could have achieved. The someone who said you are the one is celebrating you today because you have finally understood the logic of the light. The light doesn't have to fight the darkness. It just has to exist. When you keep doing this one thing, when you keep choosing peace, keep choosing trust, and keep choosing love, you are literally suffocating the darkness around you. The enemy is fighting over you because he knows that if you continue this behavior, you will become unstoppable. He wants to get you offended. He wants to get you bitter. He wants to drag you down to the level of the average so he can neutralize your influence. But the Creator is thundering his approval today to give you the spiritual second wind you need to keep going. He is saying, "I see the tears you shed when no one was watching. I see the moments you chose to be kind when you were hurting. And I am so proud of you." This is the important part. Divine pleasure leads to divine protection. When you make the architect happy, you become a protected asset. In the United States, we protect our most valuable treasures with the highest level of security because you have shown yourself to be a faithful steward of the one thing. The Creator has just increased the security detail around your life. You might notice that certain attacks that used to bother you suddenly feel like nothing. You might notice that doors you didn't even knock on are starting to swing open. This is not luck. This is the reward of the chosen. But you must guard this one thing with your life. The world will try to distract you. The noise of social media will try to tell you that you're falling behind. But remember, you are not running a race against people. You are walking a path with the Creator, and as long as He is happy with your pace, you are exactly where you need to be. In the next part, I am going to show you the 3 secret benefits that are being released into your life right now because of your faithfulness. I'm going to reveal how this one thing is actually a weapon of mass destruction against the plans of the enemy. And I'm going to show you how to scale this happiness frequency so that your entire family starts to feel the overflow. The thundering of approval is echoing through your spirit. The smile of the king is your shield. Are you ready to see the hidden dividends of your obedience? Because what I'm about to tell you next will make all the struggle of the past year feel worth it. The shift is here, and you are the one leading the charge. Why does it matter so much that you've made the Creator happy? In the American legal and financial system, we understand the power of escrow. When you fulfill your part of a contract, the assets are released because you have stayed consistent in your one thing, whether that is your secret prayers, your refusal to gossip, or your unwavering trust in the dark. The heavens have just moved your destiny out of escrow and into active delivery. There are 3 secret benefits being released into your life right now, and you need to recognize them so you can claim them. Benefit number 1. The atmospheric shield. Because the Creator is pleased with your heart posture, He has placed a vibrational barrier around your home and your mind. Have you noticed lately that the chaos on the news or the drama in your workplace doesn't seem to stick to you like it used to? You see the storm, but you don't feel the wind. That is not a coincidence. It is a reward. When you make God happy, He makes you untouchable by the lower frequencies of fear and anxiety. You are walking in a bubble of grace that the enemy cannot penetrate. While others are panicking about the future, you are sleeping like a child because you know the architect is on the clock. Benefit number 2, the divine filter. This is one of the most powerful gifts a chosen one can receive. The Creator is now filtering your connections. If someone is planning to betray you, they will suddenly find themselves too busy to meet with you. If a business deal is a trap, the paperwork will mysteriously go missing, or the deal will fall through at the last second. You might think you're experiencing rejection, but you are actually experiencing protection. God is happy with you, so He is cleaning your friend list and your contact list. He is removing the weeds so the flowers of your destiny can finally breathe. Benefit number 3, the sudden favor with strangers. When the King is smiling on you, people who don't even know you will feel a sudden urge to help you. You will find yourself at the front of the line. A clerk will give you a discount you didn't ask for. A stranger in a coffee shop in Seattle or a diner in Georgia will overhear your conversation and offer you the exact solution you've been looking for. This is what we call the favor of the chosen. It is the spiritual perfume that lingers on you when you've been in the presence of divine approval. Let's look at the life of a man named Samuel from Dallas, Texas. Samuel was a chosen one who had spent years being overlooked for promotions. He was the guy who did all the work while others took the credit. But Samuel kept doing his one thing. He worked as if he were working for the Creator, not for men. He stayed excellent. He stayed kind. He made God happy. One day, a new executive was hired from outside the company. On his very first day, he walked through the office, saw Samuel for 5 seconds, and felt a nudge. He didn't look at Samuel's resume first. He looked at his spirit. He called Samuel into his office and said, "I've been looking for someone with your specific energy to lead our new national division." Samuel didn't have to hustle. He didn't have to network. He just had to be the person who made God happy. The weapon of mass destruction against the enemy is not your strength, it is your peace. The enemy wants you to fight him on his level. He wants you to be angry, stressed, and vengeful. But when you stay in the happiness frequency of the Creator, the enemy loses his mind. He doesn't know how to handle a person who smiles in the middle of a drought. He doesn't know how to attack someone who says thank you when things go wrong. Your peace is literally jamming the enemy's signals. He is trying to send you a message of fear, but it's being blocked by the signal of approval coming from the throne room. This is why you must keep doing this one thing. It is not just a nice habit. It is your survival strategy. It is your victory blueprint. The someone who called you is leaning back in his throne today, watching you with pride. He sees you navigating the obstacles with grace. He sees you holding on to the truth when the lies are loud. And he is saying to the legions of light, "Do you see that one that is my chosen open the gates for them. You are about to experience a season of open gates. Things that used to be hard will suddenly become easy. Conversations that used to be tense will suddenly be harmonious. The logic of the world is being suspended in your life to make room for the logic of the miracle. But stay humble. The moment you start thinking it's your own power is the moment the frequency drops. Keep your eyes on the smile. Keep your heart in the one thing. In the next part, I am going to show you how to scale this influence. I'm going to show you how your one thing is about to trigger a chain reaction in your family and your community. The thundering of approval is turning into a rain of provision. The king is moving from watching to acting, and you are the center of his attention. Are you ready to see the overflow? Because the next revelation is going to show you just how much ground you've actually gained while you thought you were just standing still. When you make the Creator happy, the blessing never stops with you. In the American economy, we talk about the multiplier effect, the idea that $1 spent in a community creates $5 of value as it circulates. In the kingdom of the chosen, your one thing has triggered a spiritual multiplier effect that is currently vibrating through your entire family tree. You thought you were just being good or faithful for your own sake, but because you have maintained this high-frequency connection, you have become a sanctified portal for your household. The peace you carry is now acting as a disinfectant for the emotional wounds of your parents, your siblings, and your children. Have you noticed a sudden, unexplained calmness in your home? Have you noticed that a family member who was once hostile is now seeking your advice? This is not a coincidence. It is the overflow of the divine smile. When the architect is pleased with the head of the house, and in the spirit, you are a leader of your house. He pours out a surplus of grace that runs down the beard, covering everything and everyone attached to you. Let's look at a man named Anthony from Detroit, Michigan. Anthony was a chosen one who had spent years worrying about his younger brother, who was caught in a cycle of destructive choices. Anthony tried to lecture him. He tried to bail him out. He tried to fix him, but none of it worked. Finally, Anthony decided to focus on just one thing, his own joy and his own relationship with the Creator. He stopped trying to be his brother's savior and started being a student of divine happiness. He became so filled with light that people at his job started asking him for his secret. One Sunday afternoon, his brother came over, sat on the porch, and started to cry. He didn't ask for money. He didn't make excuses, he said. I've been watching you for 6 months. You're happy, and I'm miserable. Whatever you're doing, I want to do it too. Anthony didn't have to preach a single word. His one thing had created a vacuum of peace that pulled his brother out of the darkness. The someone who called you is using your life as a magnet for the lost. By making God happy, you have become attractive in a way that the world's beauty standards can't touch. You are a walking miracle, and the people around you are starting to realize that your stability isn't based on your circumstances. It's based on your source. Someone is fighting over you right now because they know that if you keep doing this one thing, you will break the back of the generational poverty and depression in your bloodline forever. The enemy wants to dim your bulb. He wants to make you feel like your happiness is selfish while the world is hurting. But that is a lie from the pit. A drowning person cannot save another drowning person. You must stay on the boat of joy so you can pull others in. Your happiness is not a luxury. It is a mission-critical asset. The Creator is thundering today to tell you, keep shining, keep trusting, keep being the light. Because as you do, the logic of the shift is moving from your heart to your hands. You are about to be given physical resources to match your spiritual rank. In the United States, we grant more authority to those who show they can handle the responsibility. Because you have shown you can handle the responsibility of peace, the architect is now preparing the responsibility of power. You are being promoted from a warrior to a governor. A warrior fights for territory, a governor manages it. You are about to manage a territory of blessing that will feed your family for generations. But the key remains the same. Stay in the one thing. Don't let the coming wealth make you arrogant. Don't let the coming fame make you forget the secret place. The Creator is happy with you because you chose Him when you had nothing. Stay that way when He gives you everything. In the next part, I am going to show you the final seal of approval. I'm going to reveal how to protect this divine smile from the scavengers of joy. And I'm going to show you how to recognize the immediate payoff that is coming to your door in the next 72 hours. The thundering of approval is now a steady current. The atmosphere is heavy with the weight of glory, and you are the one the King has chosen to honor. Are you ready to see your influence go global? Because the one thing you do in private is about to be rewarded in public. Now that you understand the power of your one thing, we must discuss the master plan for preservation. In the world of high-value investments in the United States, once an asset begins to yield massive returns, the first priority is no longer growth, it is security. The one thing you've been doing, that persistent trust, that quiet gratitude, that refusal to be offended, has made you a high-yield asset in the kingdom. And because of that, the joy scavengers are going to be sent your way. Who are the joy scavengers? They are the voices, the people, and the circumstances designed to poke at your peace until you react. They want to see if they can make you break character. They want to see if the chosen one who made God happy can be turned back into the average person who is angry and stressed. But here is the logic of the shield. The Creator is so happy with you that He has given you a discerning spirit to see these traps before they spring. When a joy scavenger approaches you, perhaps a critical relative, a difficult co-worker, or even a sudden piece of bad news, I want you to recognize it for what it is. It is a test of the crown. It is the enemy asking, "Are you really going to stay happy even with this?" And your answer must be a silent, powerful yes. Let's look at the life of a woman named Linda from Phoenix, Arizona. Linda was a chosen one who had finally reached a place of deep, internal joy. She had been doing the one thing, practicing the presence of the Creator in everything she did. The heavens were smiling on her. Then, in a single week, 3 different people from her past reappeared to bring up old drama and false accusations. In the past, Linda would have spent hours on the phone defending herself, crying, and losing her sleep. She would have traded her divine smile for human justification. But this time, she looked at the messages and felt a nudge from the architect. The nudge said, "They aren't looking for a conversation. They are looking for your light. Don't give it away." Linda did the unthinkable. She stayed silent. She blessed them in her heart and went back to her one thing. By refusing to engage with the scavengers, she proved to the heavens that her joy was not situational. It was covenant-based. Because she protected her glow, the Creator moved her into a safe house of favor. Within days, those who had accused her were exposed by their own words, and Linda didn't have to lift a finger. The someone who called you is your public relations manager. When you make him happy, he takes care of your reputation. He takes care of the noise. He handles the critics. Your only job is to stay in the frequency of pleasure. Do you realize how dangerous you are to the kingdom of darkness when you cannot be provoked? An unprovocable chosen one is a black hole for the enemy's plans. Every arrow he shoots at you simply disappears into the gravity of your peace. This is the important part. Your one thing is actually a protective protocol. As long as you keep doing it, the enemy has no legal entry into your life. He can bark at the fence, but he cannot cross the line. But you must be vigilant. Don't let busyness become a joy scavenger. Don't let comparison on social media steal the smile the Creator gave you. In the United States, we protect our national parks because they are sacred spaces. Your heart is a sacred space. Treat it like a sanctuary. The architect is thundering today. Guard the treasure, protect the glow. Do not let them steal what I have built in you, because the immediate payoff is now at your doorstep. In the next 72 hours, I want you to expect a sign of recognition. It might be a small thing, a flower blooming where it shouldn't, a phone call from someone you love, or a sudden feeling of knowing that everything is okay. This is the Creator's way of saying, I am still smiling. The shift is working. Someone is fighting over you right now because they know that if you master this preservation strategy, you will be a permanent fixture in the high places of influence. You won't just visit success, you will reside there. The thundering of approval is now a seal of authority. The king has placed his signet ring on your life. You are no longer just a player on the field. You are an owner of the victory. In the next part, I am going to show you the legacy of the happy soul. I'm going to reveal how your one thing is about to become the standard for everyone who follows you. The shift has reached its peak. The atmosphere is fully charged, and you are the one standing in the center of the miracle. Are you ready to see the end of the struggle and the beginning of the reign? We have reached the summit of this revelation. In the history of the United States, we often remember the leaders who were the loudest or the most aggressive, but we only truly venerate the ones who carried a deep, unshakable peace, those who could smile while the nation was in turmoil. Your one thing has moved you into that elite category of leadership. You are building the legacy of the happy soul. A happy soul is not one that is free from problems. It is one that is anchored in a frequency that problems cannot reach, because you made the Creator happy today. He is making your life a spiritual safe haven for everyone around you. People are going to start coming to you just to be in your presence, because the glow you carry is the only thing that feels real in a world full of shadows. This is the final secret. Your happiness is the ultimate resistance. The enemy's kingdom is built on fear, scarcity, and competition. When you choose to be happy, when you choose to trust the architect even when the numbers don't add up, you are performing an act of spiritual rebellion. You are saying to the darkness, you have no currency here, your threats don't work, your bribes don't interest me, I am already satisfied. Let's look at the life of a man named Joseph from Savannah, Georgia. Joseph was a chosen one who had spent 40 years building a legacy of kindness. He wasn't a billionaire, and he wasn't a celebrity. He was a simple carpenter who did one thing. Every single day he treated every person he met as if they were a king or a queen. He made God happy with his humility and his joy. When Joseph passed away at the age of 90, the entire city came to his funeral. There were people from every walk of life, judges, homeless men, teachers, and business owners. They all said the same thing. Whenever I was around Joseph, I felt like everything was going to be okay. He carried a smile that felt like home. Joseph didn't leave behind a massive bank account, but he left behind a shift in the atmosphere. He proved that a single happy soul can hold back the darkness for an entire community. The someone who called you is setting you up to be the Joseph of your generation. The master plan is no longer about getting blessings, it is about being a blessing. You have entered the state of permanent alignment because you kept doing that one thing. The Creator has now fused his favor to your identity. It is no longer something you have to earn, it is something you simply wear. Someone is fighting over you right now because they know that if you realize the full extent of this legacy, you will never be afraid of the future again. The fear of not having enough or not being enough is being burned away by the heat of divine approval. The thundering has faded into a deep, holy silence. The architect is standing over your life, looking at the progress you've made, and he is whispering, "Well done. You have mastered the secret. Now, go and show the others how to find the smile." This is the legacy launch. From this moment forward, every decision you make will be backed by the full authority of the kingdom. Every word you speak will carry the weight of the one thing. You are a chosen one. You made God happy today, and you are never going back to the old frequency. The shift is permanent. The victory is complete, and the legacy of your happy soul is just beginning to unfold. We have reached the end of this beautiful and uplifting journey. If you have watched all 6 parts of this Kichban, you are not here by accident. You are here because your soul was crying out for a different kind of success strategy. You were tired of the hustle and the hate, and you were ready for the happiness frequency. The meaning of this message is clear. Your joy is your greatest weapon. When you make the Creator happy with your one thing, your trust, your gratitude, your kindness, you unlock a level of protection and provision that the world simply cannot explain. The lesson of this journey is that favor is a frequency. You don't have to chase the blessing. You just have to stay in the vibration that the blessing is attracted to, like a radio tuned to the right station. When your heart is aligned with the divine smile, the music of the kingdom starts playing through every area of your life. The lesson is also about identity over activity. God is not impressed by how busy you are. He is delighted by who you are becoming in the quiet moments. He loves the you that chooses to be happy even when the world is giving you every reason to be sad. Now, as you move forward, I want you to carry this glow into every room you enter. Don't wait for things to get better before you decide to be happy. Be happy now, and watch how things become better. Keep doing that one thing. Keep making the architect smile, and keep being the living evidence that the light is stronger than the dark. The someone who called you is proud of you. The shift is working in your favor, and your family is being saved because of the joy you carry. Go out and shine. The world is waiting for your smile. If you feel that divine glow in your heart right now, and you are ready to commit to making the Creator happy every single day, please comment 999 below. Let's create a wave of joy that the enemy cannot stop. If you are still struggling to find your one thing, or if the joy scavengers are hitting you hard right now, please comment 0. We are a community of chosen ones, and we are here to pray for your peace and help you find your smile again. What is the one thing that has been making you feel closer to the Creator lately? Sharing your story in the comments is how we multiply the grace for everyone else watching. And to stay tuned to the happiness frequency and receive your weekly kingdom strategy, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We are moving into the season of open gates, and you don't want to miss a single moment of the overflow. The King is smiling. The gates are open. The victory is yours. Thank you for watching. Stay bold, stay happy, stay chosen.